Since this didn't go through the first time, I'm gonna have to do a second one. So I just got done doing a match where I play as a level 1 character. No perks equipped. Nothing. Okay? Nothing equipped to them except for everything default. But this is going to be a series now of where, you know, where I just play and show Dead by Daylight that, you know, the creators, the devs, whatever, that banning is technically illegal, and right now they can technically be sued over doing this because it is illegal. There's a pandemic going on right now, alright, and people have been constantly getting lagged out of video games and out of parties, right? I should just turn off the thing real quick, but people have been getting lagged out of video games and parties, and they thought it was a good idea during a pandemic to bring back the Bann stacks. You can see how this makes you look like very ignorant, despicable, toxic people, right? Don't try to defend yourselves, because you're not. I don't even think you guys even legally have a license to create and sell video. I think you guys like illegally imported this game from whatever you imported it from, and you sold it to what? 4 different manufacturers. You sold it to Sony, you sold it to Microsoft, you sold it to Steam, and you sold it to Nintendo. How do you get past all this if you're banning people, okay? First off, when you get banned, you lose your iridescent shards, you lose your blood point currency as a player. I don't know about that. You lose your little tips, those little white things to your quote-unquote, that's supposed to be what? How well you play, because apparently you guys said that ranks don't matter. Well, by adding bans, you obviously mean that ranks matter. But you lose your inventory items, right? You lose your add-ons, you lose your offerings, okay? You forfeit the blood points you get that you earned in the game. The other survivors will get a left behind bonus. The killers will get a quitter bonus. You can see how there's all these overpowered killers, and everybody plays toxic nowadays. I cannot find, if I'm lucky, I have like a 1% chance that I'll get into a game where killers are not like super toxic. If you guys are saying that this right here doesn't matter anymore, then should it not matter? Or were you guys wrong about the news you guys put up, right? I honestly don't know what's going on with you guys. You guys are physically lying. My Death Slinger, whenever I click on him, it freezes for like half a minute, okay? So my screen stays on the killer I previously was on for half a minute, okay? I can't move the little cursor thing right here, this little circle thing. I can't move that. Nothing moves until Death Slinger loads onto the screen. You guys came out with a survivor and a killer, and they're apparently intermediate. They're obviously not very good. I'm sorry, easy. She's easy, and her, the other person is intermediate, right? Well, this chick, her perks are terrible. she's basically like the survivor version of the hag, okay? The hag has 3, I get it, she's a witch, but 3 hexes? Come on now. How's she like, if survivors are good and well planned, all of her perks, that she's only going to have 1 perk to use, if anything. And you expect to level her, you expect to get to try to get Adept Hag as a trophy, achievement, whatever. Do you guys even think things through before you just decide this is a good idea and just like put it out? You guys obviously you knew it was a bad idea, but you went through with it anyway. You realized that the bans were a bad idea, but you did it anyway. There are people, like I said, there are people out there with mental disabilities who can't even raise their skill level. I'm one of those people, okay? I cannot raise my skill level. And that's the thing. You tell people, if you're not good at Survivor, that's not our problem. Get good. How do you get good when every single match is random and every single map is randomized? You don't know which map you're going to be on. You don't know which killer you're going to get. The killer can see all the survivors. I actually read a note on this one update that you guys were putting out. They said you only work with the killers. You work on killers, but you don't work on survivors, right? You see how this is a problem? All the survivors' skills are basically they're all the same. A lot of the same skills. I was my one friend, okay? She actually sent me a picture of your up and coming new killer and new survivor. I was actually getting excited too. I was loud with excitement. And then you put them as like intermediate or hard or whatever for their difficulty when actually they're not. They're actually easier than easy. Their thing should be set as too easy because their perks, survivor perks are overpowered. The killer perks are overpowered. So, I mean, at least you're doing good with bringing out a good survivor and a good killer after you give us a bad survivor, Cheryl Mason, a bad killer, Pyramid Head, because Pyramid Head moves slow. He's slower than the nurse. You guys lied about the, about the little whatever, okay? How his speed is, right? He's not a 4, he doesn't move at 4.6 ms. He's slower than the nurse off crossplay. When he uses his power, he's even slower than that. On crossplay, he's probably about as fast as the nurse. While using the sword, he's about as fast as he is off crossplay, not using his power. Cheryl Mason's perks don't do anything. One of her perks, she calls the enemy to block the generators. What is that? So she's secretly a killer, right? Because if survivors are able to block the enemy, that means they're secretly killers, right? And this is basically how I play. You don't like it? Too bad. You add a ban for people who do this, then, like I said, you're going to get sued, okay? Yeah, I do see a generator there, but I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to stay within, when the killer comes, I will stay within the vicinity of the killer and get 100 blood points. Let's see. In order to get 1,000, you need to play 10 matches. So in order to get at least a common, you have to play 30 matches to get at least one common item. If there's perks that are common, I can't remember off the back of my hand, then you can get 1 perk every 30 matches. If it's an item, add-on, offering, doesn't matter, it's basically the same way. Okay? You basically 30 matches to get 1. So that means in order to get other things in the blood web, like an uncommon, that's what, 40 matches for uncommon, 50 matches for rare, 60 for very rare, and 70 matches for an ultra rare. Here comes a killer. I obviously don't care because this is the way I'm going to play it, and I'm going to play a couple matches like this. Okay? Where I'm going to play idle survivor, and I'm not going to do anything but be in the killer's vicinity because obviously you can't. And look at this. You see that, right? You see the hook's way over there. I'm not even on the hook. There's another time I actually caught it on camera, and I'm pretty sure this is the same map too. But as you can see, I'm not even on the hook. You have the balls to ban people from games, but you don't have any sort of brains to fix things like this, right? This bug wasn't addressed yet. And I'm going to cause people to, to get killed a lot because people are going to go and rescue and try to go for the blood points, this, that, and everything else. You don't like it, you could either, it's oh well basically, you could either remove the ban stacks or if you choose the ban players who do this, then guess what? I want my money back. Otherwise, I'm going to take you guys to court, and a lot of other people who want to be able to play this game properly, who want to be able to play this game properly, they can't play it properly because they can't build skill, so they're going to come after you as well. They're going to sue you. You guys are going to have a lot of money lost. You won't be able to build any money to put out any more survivors now, will ya? Not being a team player basically causes everyone to lose. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it to where it's not fun to play Survivor, and then every single person is going to rage quit the game. And every single person is going to get banned from the game. That means people who are playing Killer are going to be sitting in lobbies for the longest time. Because you guys had the balls to put bans back on the game. I'm not going to cooperate any way. Now I got off with the killer. You don't like this? That's not my problem, dude. It's your problem. You put this ban inside the game, so it's your problem to deal with. See? Now because I'm not playing the objective, there's 5 people, there's 5 generators, and these people are getting attacked because you guys' stupidity. It's a problem that you guys put in there. It's not my problem. I'm not the one who created the product and sold it to people and now robbing people, the people that literally purchased, that paid you money, okay? And this goes for any other video game out there that decides to ban people, you know, from playing in these lobbies. All you gotta do is just this. That's legit all you have to do. This will teach these game developers to create a proper game that's going to be fair for everybody, right? And then if you want to do the same thing for killers, right? Especially if you get into a sweaty lobby, if you see people who are covered in blood or they have flashlights on them, all you gotta do as killer is go stand in a corner, because they can't blind you, they can't stun you, you know. I think, to be honest, the best option would be play as Bellboy. Play as Wraith. Because then you can't be spotted, you know, by the survivors much. So they won't be able to find you. I was playing perfectly fine yesterday. So what that I left games? My mental capacity, my skills can't be upgraded, so I leave games to find a better lobby. I'm not going to stay in a lobby with the try-hard killer. You know, it doesn't hurt the killer as much as it basically does the survivors. But even so, a lot of survivors nowadays are actually very skilled players. So basically, leaving the game is technically, essentially, it's kind of, in a way, helping the survivors, because that prevents them from doing one extra thing, which is saving someone on a hook, right? But if you're idle, you know, you're forcing the survivors to try to be nice to you. By if you get hit, you're forcing them to get the killer off of you, while 2 people are doing gens. 1 survivor's running the killer, you're just standing there not doing anything. So you're forcing, you're basically putting, I mean, I guess this essentially is working with the killer, even though you don't even know the killer. But you're putting pressure on the team, and you're making it easier for the killer, right? That's number 1. Number 2 is you're forcing that someone to heal you. So maybe one guy's running the killer, well, one guy does a gen, and another guy is healing you while you're not doing anything. You're halfway across the map, so that guy has to sprint all the way across the map just to come heal you. He's going to end up getting hit. He's spotted by the killer. Now, there's 3 people that are down, and one guy's doing a generator, and there's 5 gens, right? Kind of sucks, doesn't it? Kind of sucks that you came up with a very awful idea. What? Because people were complaining about people leaving the game. If anything, you're, like I said, you're not hurting anyone. You're basically hurting you're robbing yourself. You're robbing yourself of your items, your add-ons, your offerings, your blood points, your iridescent shards, your pips, you know, things like that. Do the survivors benefit from you leaving, or the killer? Technically, if anything, it helps the killer and it helps the survivor. It's just you're letting toxic people run your guys' game, right? You're letting people that are just apparently they're just so good at the game, or they modded their game to get all these items and their killers maxed out, whatever. They basically have no lives, spending their whole entire life playing one game. For me, I play different games, okay? I don't stick to any one game. I get mad at one game, that's what happens. I move on, okay? I don't stick to any one game. I don't try to, there's no point in raising skill when you physically can't do it. Not to mention, you know, you guys technically, before this whole cross-play stuff came out, you guys, the developers at Dead by Daylight, caused me to put my fist through my console. Okay? I've never, in my whole entire life, have I ever put my fist through my console, nor stomped on it, or anything like that. It was my baby. It was my baby. It was my, you know, my life right there. And because every single game gets more and more toxic with gameplay, because you decided to add these things right here, the archives. It made, I mean, yeah, it's for people to get leveled up faster. But what does that accomplish? Search 6 chests. If you leave the game, nowadays, not only do you get a ban stack, but you forfeit any points towards this. You forfeit points towards this, etc. If anything, you get to keep points towards that. That's it. That's how people are leveling up. That's how I level up, okay? Even with me rage quitting, even with the bans weren't there, how I was leveling up faster was this, you know, my dailies. That's how I got points to level up. You see how that's not fair for, you know, I know life's not fair, but that's not fair for people who have mental problems, okay? People who are obviously not smart or don't have whatever type of skill you think that they should learn how to get. I play games to have fun, okay? I don't play games to get trolled. I don't play games, you know, to get cursed out, you know, or yelled at, this, that, or anything else. I don't, that's, if, you know, if the whole entire world wasn't toxic, and then let it into video games with online players being toxic, you trash, bro, you trash, you get at the game, you have no skill, blah, blah, blah. It really doesn't matter about whoever's skill. When you get older with age, you don't care about that. You know, I'm almost 30 years old, okay? When I log on, you know what I expect to do when I log on? I expect to get in a party with my friends, right? Boot up a video game, play online with friends. But now since this whole virus, well, it's Friday too, but this whole virus going on, it's seizing up games, dude. I've been lagging. I've been lagging from games. I've been getting kicked out of video games. I've been getting kicked out of parties. So if that's the whole reason why you're literally, you added the ban stacks, then you can see how that's like completely and utterly unfair to the whole player-based community, right? People who actually want to play this game but physically can't because you guys thought it was the smartest idea to just do that, right? Because you didn't know what was going on. Okay? Sony's down, Microsoft is down, Steam's down, you know, Windows, whatever, Nintendo, cell phones, laptops, TVs, iPads are all down because of this virus. Too many people are practicing social awareness, which is flooding it's flooding the servers. So people are getting kicked. Okay? And you thought it was the smartest idea. Oh yeah, well, some people are complaining about people leaving games. We know nothing about what's going on. We're just going to assume that they're just leaving to rage quit. I mean, I'm one to rage quit, okay? I do it all the time. But that's just because I'm trying to find a better lobby. I'm trying to find a lobby that I'm trying to have fun with. And some of my friends that I play with, some of them actually do have mental problems, and they sit there and they complain about getting camped or tunneled, this, that, and everything else. You say that it's part of the game, camping and tunneling, but you lose blood points for camping, and I'm not too sure about tunneling. But you allow this. The killers get quitter bonuses. The survivors get left behind bonuses. You rob your own self. Like you're hurting yourself. You're not hurting anyone. Like I said, okay. If you stay in, you do what I'm doing, right? Idle. Okay. This guy's got crows. He's got spies from the shadows. Whatever the heck you want to call it here. All right. I mean, he knows where I'm at. I just refuse to move, so he's probably refusing to come after me because he thinks that I'm trying to put them or something. But I'm not. This is actually to show you people, you garbage creators, that thought it was a good idea to put bans during the middle of a pandemic, which is highly illegal, and technically you can get sued. Legally by law, you can get sued for it. That you need to get rid of these bans. It doesn't matter if someone leaves the game. Okay, if you leave the game, it basically hurts the player. It doesn't hurt, like I said, it doesn't hurt the other players. It doesn't hurt the killer. The killer gets a quitter bonus. Survivors get left behind bonus. But also, like I said, do what I'm doing right here. If the killer were to come over here and actually do his job, he'd smack me down twice, right? He'd hook me on the, he wouldn't even have, you know, I can literally make it easier for him. Wouldn't have that far to go, okay? See, he's right there. Doesn't have that far to go, puts me on the hook. Now guess what? There's a guy right there, he's running towards me. Now it's going to hurt that guy because he's going to have to come over here and rescue me. And in the process, if there's a camping or tunneling killer, they're going to go after that person, especially if a person who's playing idle and not doing anything is just, like I said, being idle. It's hurting that person who rescued you because now he's down. The killer's going to start chasing him while you're not moving. He knows you're not going to move because he knows you're playing idle. He's going to go after that, and he's going to down every single survivor, and it ruins the fun for other survivors. So, like I said, what I'm going to do is by refusing to play, I'm shutting down the whole survivor gameplay. So, as it says at the bottom, please help free Dead by Daylight from ban stacks. It's a plague. It's a virus. It's not to mention highly illegal. You can't ban someone just because, you know, and obviously the killer was obviously not good, so. But imagine if the killer can't be, right, in this match. Imagine if it wasn't Friday. Imagine if it was Leatherface before the patch. Before the Leatherface patch, where he could sit there and hold his chainsaw. People came, all of a sudden they all came and tried to get a protection hit while getting me off the hook, right? All three of them that went to go get me off the hook, now they're down by the chainsaw. Whose fault is that? I'm trying to earn blood points. So I stay in the match and earn blood points by not doing a damn thing. I was like, what, 100 extra blood points right there? I probably should have gotten 1,000 since that was the longest I've technically lived. But I guess we'll do another one. Another idle playthrough. Like I said, your problem, not mine. You should be giving people ban stacks for being idle, not for leaving the game. Just wait until I come across a killer that is like Leatherface or Hillbilly. They have a chainsaw, right? All of a sudden, they all try to go grab me off the hook. But boom, all three of them are down. Now, depending on if they have decisive, borrow time, whatever, wouldn't really matter if they had borrow time or not, because the chainsaw slices through all three survivors. That means as it hits me on the hook, it's hitting all the other survivors, and chainsaws are one shot down. Whose fault is that? You guys want to tell me? Not my problem. I purchased your product, okay? I'm your customer. I purchased your downloadable content. I purchased your product. You know, I'm playing your game, essentially. I downloaded it, okay? So therefore, this copy of the game is mine, okay? Once you sell it to people, you no longer have control over that. That'd be like me going over to your house after I sold you something like a bicycle, right? I sold you a bicycle, came over to your house. Oh, hey, you're not using the bike properly. Guess what? Since I sold it to you, I have legally by law, I get to just take it back from you because you don't know how to use it right, right? That's fair, right? You see where I'm getting? What I'm getting at? You see how brainless you are for creating bans? You're basically an Indian giver, and you're stealing product that you sold to a customer back. Look it up. Stealing is illegal. Once you once you sell it to your customer, it's no longer your property, right? Like at a garage sale, right? You sell a DVD, right? It's out of your hands. The money's in your hands, and all of a sudden you go back, and you basically go, you know what? That was my product. I know I sold it to you, but guess what? Legally by law, I can take it back because I'm the one who had it first, so therefore it makes it mine. No, it doesn't. Just because you made it, your job is to sell the game, sell any upcoming DLC, and do patches to the game. Okay? Your job isn't to sell the game, make content and sell it, and then steal everything back by basically you ban people. You're basically robbing them. They're sitting there, you know, in the game, you know, in the main menu. They physically can't play the product that they purchased. You know, you see how that's thievery. You know, maybe you guys should rethink about creating any more product, because any more items that you put out and any other, all those people that you have that are placed on, you know, that helped create the game, you're making them look bad. It's not my fault that, you know, you came up with a brainless idea to ban people, okay? Like I said, it doesn't, when someone leaves a game, think about this really hard, devs at Dead by Daylight. When someone rage quits out of a game, who does it hurt? It hurts the player. Okay? I can go over something like Xenoverse 2, right? You know what happens if too many people rage quit online? They get a red name, right? They're basically not allowed to play ranked. This isn't a ranked game. This game's supposed to be made for fun. It's not supposed to, you know, you're not supposed to play it, you know, and then rage quits, you ban them. That's stealing. So I want you to think about that real hard. Shout out to the people who are watching me, by the way. Oh, look at that, Maury. Usually, I would say, right as that offering gets burnt, you close your applications, but I've completely given up, so I really don't give up anymore. You guys made your bed, you can lie in it. Think about that, like I said. Who does it hurt? For people rage quitting. Like I said, the killers get a quarter bonus. Survivors get a left behind bonus. You get robbed of basically everything. Okay? There's a pandemic going on. People are getting lagged out because of the servers being flooded all around the internet and this, that, and everything else. You got the wrong information from sweaty people who are just so toxic. They want the game made in their image. They want you to make it the way they want it to be made. As long as they could sit there, and get kills and troll you, this, that, and everything else, and text you all this toxic BS, that's all I care about. Okay? So, like I said, you see that? Right on cue. A chainsaw. I really hope it's Leatherface, because this is really going to make you guys nuts. Damn, it's a hillbilly. I mean, I kind of was hoping it was Leatherface, because anyone trying to get anyone off the hook would have been mowed down. And again, another guy with shadows, or spies from the shadows, or whatever. Come on, come and get me. Don't think I'm fucking with you, because I'm not. Free kill, baby, fresh meat. This is what happens when you add bans to the game. You listen to people, the wrong people. Hey, how you doing? I think I came across you in that first game I was playing. The first game I tried to record. I mean, it's not like it matters. It's a chainsaw nonetheless, but yeah. Literally try to help you guys, you know, in so many ways. Like, tell me why there's like 10, 20 hooks around the map and 4 survivors. 4 survivors, 4 hooks. At first I was suggesting 4 in the basement, but you can do 8 hooks, 4 in the basement, 4 above ground. Seems reasonable enough. Look at this poor sap. He's gonna make the effort to save me, and it's gonna cost him his life. That's if he comes and gets me in time. Boom. Saves me before the X button is pressed. Because, like I said, because I'm not doing anything. This is just to remove your ban stacks, man. Make sure I don't get kicked by doing that. Just move, because I know certain games you can get kicked by being idle for too long, so I just turn my camera, wiggle my camera a little bit, move my character, twitch them left and right, twitch your character, and it doesn't get me kicked. Now if that was the guy who saved me, he basically risked his life for nothing, right? Because I'm still right here. There it goes, there's one. He's coming. There's 2. I think that's 3. Yep, that's 3. Dude, buddy, what are you doing? I'm not in there. You not see your crows? See, now that guy left. He got killed. Now that guy's down. You see how this benefits, right? Who's it really benefiting? That guy was just moried. Up! He's down. And he's hooked. Like I said, if he mories me, it's not like it matters. Hey, how you doing, bud? You gonna mori me too? Or you gonna hook me? Unless you're gonna drop me. Yep. I don't know why you would do that. Literally makes no sense. Oh, now that guy's playing idle. So this guy basically wasted a Mori for no reason, right? A Mori offering for someone who dies on the hook, a person he actually Moris, and now 2 idle people. This is what happens to your player base. You know, it's not my problem. It's not my fault. And see, he's going to hook this guy, and then he's going to Mori me. Watch. I'm definitely getting Mori'd. That's a fact. I don't give a shit no more. That was actually the first time I've actually ever been Mori'd with a Mori, so I want to see if this guy had a red one. That guy's dead now. Oh wait, no, his knives are here. But I am going to spectate. He's idle too. Oh, he's actually taking the survivor to the hatch. You see that? You see? Working with the killer. Friday the 13th all over again. I think I'm going to end it after this match, but you get the gist of it. You get the gist of what she did was wrong, and see how it hurt everyone. You see how there's no hooks, right? Or no hooks. No gens done, right? He Moris 3 people, hooks 1. Congratulations, Dead by Daylight Debs. Yep, Red Mori. I want to congratulate the devs at Dead by Daylight for actually thinking something that was utter trash and with no brain. So, until then, this will be my last stream on this game until this toxic, garbage, trash of an idea of banning people ends. Y'all have a nice fucking day now.